Hello every single one of you and welcome in today's video. In today's video we are going to have a look at the Bitcoin price. We're even going to have a look at the 1 minute chart, which we actually never do. We're going to have a look at WhalePortal. We're going to have a look at the S&P 500, stablecoin dominance, Bitcoin dominance, and the fix. We're basically going to walk through a couple of different charts, and I want to tell you my stance on the markets right now and what I think also in comparison with the video published yesterday. So guys, let's jump straight into it. I want to start with this update. I've shared this one yesterday. This is the premium index over on whaleportal.com. And the premium index basically shows the difference between the price of the spot market and the price of Bitcoin traded at contracts. And if there's a huge divergence within that price, we most of the time see a extreme. And that extreme leads to a temporary, sometimes at least temporary reversal. For example, yesterday we also had that on the minute. We get this is actually the 1 minute premium chart. We get a high reading of 0.32. That was on the minute while we actually saw that reversal. We had a small correction, not too big, of roughly little bit over 5% again. That's what we have seen last time as well, right? When we had a number of 0.8. But you can see clearly right here to read this chart, things are actually going sideways. Then it shoots up quite high. That is a top. And of course, if this would go to 0.16, it would be less significant. But if it goes to 0.32 or maybe even higher, it will be more significant. So that's how you can use this metric, guys. A lot of people are asking about this metric. I would say this is one of the best metrics to spot reversals, but that doesn't mean that every time you see a high reading, you will see a reversal. Sometimes it can also be a short-term reversal. Just come down a little bit before going up. But if you are scalping or if you are looking to short the top or long the bottom, this metric is actually very, very beautiful for that. Then guys, before we are going to zoom out on Bitcoin, make sure if you like this kind of stuff to drop a thumbs up. That is very much appreciated because that will push this video to a broader audience. Now let's go to the daily time frame. And the daily time frame actually just looks very good if we only look at the structure, right? If we only look at structure, it looks actually super good. We have broken this multi-month of almost 1 year declining resistance. We broke above that, have a very clean retest with a falling wedge formation, broke back to the upside, surpassed that high. Right now Bitcoin is actually just looking bullish, right? Like I also said in my previous videos, I'm not looking to short in a bull market. Why do I think it's a bull market? Because Bitcoin price is going up with positive funding. We have talked about this. We could see this over on WhalePortal. We have a lot of cycles like the 16-year cycle, Sunspot. There's a lot of cycles that basically point to a bullish market in 2023. Maybe even going until 2024. This is still something we need to see unfold. But with this bigger bullish cycle, we also have smaller cycles, which is the 60-day cycle, which I'm tracking right here with the green arrows. We have a low, so I'm expecting the next low also in roughly, let's say roughly 2 to 3 weeks. I'm expecting the next low. That's also why I'm not really looking right now too long, because I think the risk to reward ratio too long right here is slightly lower than of course right here. We went long right here on Bitcoin. We did take too early profits, right? That was one of the mistakes that we made, but we actually longed almost the exact bottom based on that 60-day cycle. We shared that also over on WhaleAlerts, so a lot of people made profit with that too. Right now, as we are coming closer to the next cycle low, I don't plan to try to long every small pump out there, because and that's something I want to talk with you about it, like I mentioned in yesterday's video. For me, it's not a purpose to be 24/7 all the time in a trade. No, I would like that the market conditions present a nice opportunity where I can see whenever I step in, the market conditions are in my favor. And even if I lose or if I get stopped out, doesn't matter, because I know in the longer term time frame that if I would every time make that same decision, it will be profitable. Right, and you can use a lot of different metrics for that, of course, price and so on, time, but also the metrics over on WhalePortal. So the strategy that I'm going to apply right here is I'm going to wait for the next 60-day cycle low. We don't know where that is going to be. We have to see that unfold. We maybe even go to 28 and then we have that low right here. But we could also see the high coming in right now and then have the low right there. At least in based on time, we know that that low is coming. Then while that low is coming or around the time of the low, I'm going to watch the premium index. Those automated alerts will be signed out or will be signaled at the Telegram channel, WhaleAlerts. That is quite nice. I'm also going to watch the funding rates. This is also automatically programmed in WhaleAlerts. Whenever this flips positive or whenever it flips bearish or actually flips negative, which actually is bullish, then there will be an automated signal going off. So this is just quite interesting, but I'm going to combine this data with the time that I'm watching on Bitcoin to try and catch almost or around something around the bottom and try to open the next long position. That's going to be my strategy. Then guys, let's go over to some other charts which might give us a little bit more clarity of what's going on. First of all, the S&P 500. So far, we had a nice breakout, but we didn't have that retest yet. So that is also something that I think is quite skeptical, that we could actually still get that retest. There's also another reason why I think it is less, in terms of risk to reward ratio, less good to long right here already in the middle of the rally. Of course, we should have left our long positions open during this whole time, right? But we just took too early profits. Another thing I want to say, because some people, they told me that they have the feeling of missing out, right, when you are not in a trade, and I do understand that. I guess everyone have that. But that is also one of the reasons why I'm fully allocated in Bitcoin. Right, I have almost all my money is in Bitcoin. So whenever Bitcoin rallies and I don't have a long position on contract with leverage, I still have a massive long position with my hodl position. So I'm not missing out on that rally as well. Right, so that is how you can balance. That's basically a trick how you can balance the emotional state. Because if you don't have any allocation on Bitcoin and you just to try to catch leverage trades, you might get a higher emotional instability because you get a higher feeling of FOMO when we enter bullish territory. That's just what I think, guys. So on the S&P 500, there are no clear signs yet that we are going to see a correction right here, but we didn't have a retest yet, so it would make sense to at least come down a little bit, get a retest. But structure-wise, we are not seeing the evidence yet. We do see a potential bull flag right here. We do see orange bell slightly coming down right here, but it is not valid enough to really say that we're going to see a correction right here. But there is one chart actually gives us a slight image of a potential correction. That is the fix, and I've talked about the fix right here. We did broke to the upside. We came back down. We actually lost that form of resistance, right? But this chart can be slightly ugly sometimes. Because it just measures the volatility. It's not the price or something. So we do, if we look at historical chart information right here, you can also see here we had a very ugly retest, but the moment we took off, we actually had quite a drop in the S&P 500. So every time we break above that, we get quite a drop in the S&P 500. So right now, I'm just a bit skeptical right here, guys. We had this declining resistance. We broke off above it. We had a very ugly retest. The relative strength index is coming up right here. It looks like there might be some momentum building for some upside right here on the fix. And that would be equaling a move to the downside for the S&P 500. Then quickly go to the stablecoin dominance. That actually looks quite bullish for Bitcoin. We are right now at some support, and I actually would expect a bigger bounce right here. but we didn't got it. We already broke down. I shared this over on Twitter. The moment we broke down, we went on a massive rally with Bitcoin because there's the inverse correlation. Right now, we backtested the support as resistance, and it is possible that we are breaking below the support in the relative strength index, which would equal a move down, which would equal Bitcoin price going up. So that is very interesting. I have to see and watch how this is going to play out. Because this one breaking down, Bitcoin would go up and the VIX going up, S&P 500 would break down. That would be really different market conditions that we have seen in the past, right? But I think it's definitely not impossible. So yeah, guys, this is basically what I'm watching. Bitcoin dominance is still in an uptrend. So I was good with this video before, telling everyone to take profits on alts. Whenever this thing is breaking down, and I don't think it happens now, but whenever this thing is breaking down, that is the moment you want to go into alts again, or whenever we are right here at a resistance, right? So when it comes down a bit, when we touch the resistance, you basically want to look for any alt opportunities. But right now, to be honest, I don't think so. This is the most important chart to check whether you should be positioned in alts or not. Of course, if you hold for the longer term time frame, which I wouldn't do with altcoins, it doesn't really matter so much if you believe that this will turn around eventually. However, if you look at the perfect timing, I don't think that right now is a perfect timing. So guys, that is what I'm watching with Bitcoin. I'm going to wait, slightly patience, and check how Bitcoin is going to unfold, the next cycle low. And yeah, that is basically what my strategy right now. Let me know what your strategy is down below in the comment section. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to drop a like. If you are new, welcome. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, very, very important. And for every single one of you that want to get the alerts right here from the channels, you can go over to whaleportal.com. You can click on WhaleAlerts. There you can sign up on Bybit. You can submit your user ID and Telegram handle, and you will be put in the Telegram channel of WhaleAlerts. And yeah, you can find the Bybit link, of course, also below this video, and you will be able to get a deposit bonus of up to $30,000 as well. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.